Hey there everyone, welcome to Violet Stream Tarot. So I'm filming this introduction after I filmed the videos actually because I wanted to see if there was anything I could comment on in the introductions, and as you can see things are a little bit different this time. So this is going to be the September 2020 predictions, general predictions video. I will do the September love predictions video separately to this one. That will be the next video on the channel because I know a lot of you like to keep it separate because some of you aren't interested in love messages and the ones that do tend to want a video devoted to that. So I'm going to keep them separate as usual. But today, as you can see, I've not pre-shuffled the cards because I've got a few requests to actually shuffle on camera. So let me know if you like this rather than the pre-shuffled cards. It would be nice to do a little bit of a combination, I think, because I did enjoy this, and I do this when I do private readings. I shuffle on the camera, but normally it's quicker for me to pre-shuffle them so I get more time to chat to you in the video. But today, as you can see, we're using 3 sets of tarot cards, depending on which pile you choose, and I've put these little Beauty and the Beast figures on for you. So let's take a look at the piles. So pile 1, you have Cogsworth, the clock from Beauty and the Beast. So just ask yourself, what is coming towards me in September 2020? What is going to happen for me in September 2020? And we're using the Happy Tarot for him. Then pile 2, we have Beast himself. And we're using the Ramses Tarot of Eternity for him. And pile 3, we have Lumière, the candelabra. And we're using the Fairy Lights Tarot for him. So you can choose based on whatever card pile is calling out to you or whichever character you're feeling drawn to. I say to choose intuitively, so what I mean by that is don't choose the character that you prefer, but just choose whichever one is really jumping out at you, which one you can't stop looking at, or which one you feel kind of really drawn to, because that's going to give you the most accurate reading. It's fine to pause the video if you need more time to choose. It's fine to choose more than one as well. In that case, you might find that you kind of resonate with half of each of the readings. But as always, this is a general YouTube reading. It's not a private reading, so please do just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm super excited today as well because we're using these brand new cards that the lovely Angel sent to me, these Sweet Dreams Affirmations cards. So you're going to get an affirmation for September 2020. So thank you so much. You are indeed an angel. These are such lovely little cards, and I really, really love anything blue with stars on it. I don't know why. It just makes me feel so happy. So thank you so much. These are, even though they're tiny little cards, they're really, really accurate. Like, they've been crazily accurate for me because I always like to use cards first before I use them in a reading, just to kind of get a feel for them and see how well they work and what kind of questions they're best for answering. So I'm really looking forward to sharing them with you guys. I also got quite a few channeled messages today while I was doing the readings, so that was interesting. I don't normally do that when I do just general readings on YouTube. I normally get those through private readings. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons, including Alexandra, Alex, Ashley, Kat, Jeanette, and Kelly. Thank you so much for your support. There's so many of you to say your names now. It's really, really lovely, and I always really worry about forgetting someone's name, but I think I've got everyone there. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your kindness in supporting the channel. I think I've rambled on for long enough here, but please feel free to choose whichever pile you prefer, and I will get started with pile number 1. Hey there everyone, if you chose pile 1 with Cogsworth, then this is going to be your reading. So we're going to take a look at the cards and we'll see what's coming up for you in September 2020. Like I said in the intro, I'm doing it a little bit differently this time because I'm going to do all the shuffling on camera, but do stick around because we have a very full video every time that we do a video on this channel, because we don't just do cards, we do your charms and dice as well, so make sure you stay and get your full reading. So we're using the Happy Tarot with this pile, so let's get your tarot cards out first. I always like to start with the tarot, and then we've got plenty of oracle cards to add as well. So what's coming up for group 1 in their September 2020? Okay, you've got quite a few tarot cards. I normally like to get about 3, but you guys got 4, so we'll take them all. So you have the World there. Then you have 7 of Wands, the Magician, and 2 of Cups. Okay, interesting. So you've got 2 major arcana cards. So what I'm seeing with the World and the Magician, it feels like an ending and a beginning is coming in for you here, because the World is the last major arcana card and the Magician is number 1. So although the Fool does come before the Magician has this feeling of new beginnings. And so it feels like you're moving on from something. Either this could be like a course, it could be just a part of your life. Maybe some of you are moving house, maybe some of you are really trying to change the way you look or the way you think or the way you act in the world. Some of you are moving on from relationships. There's just this sense of closing off one chapter and welcoming in something new. So we've got the 7 of Wands as well. And whenever I get the 7 of Wands, I think of someone being defensive or feeling as though people are questioning them, or feeling as though they've got to justify themselves to others, or like the world is against them. So you might be feeling, especially at the first part of this month, a little bit lonely, or a little bit like you've got to justify yourself, or like you've got to only rely on yourself in this month. And then with the Magician, it feels like you start to manifest things. There's a powerful manifestation power that comes with the Magician, this feeling of making your own life, making new opportunities come towards you. I feel like a lot of you are using the law of attraction to manifest something, or even just to manifest an entirely new life or an improved life. And then we have 2 of Cups. So I think for some of you there is a romantic interest coming into your life in September. Then this may be someone you already know, or it may be a new thing if it's tied in with the Magician there. Some of you manifesting love relationships or trying to rekindle a relationship with someone else. Because the 2 of Cups does carry this message of forgiveness a lot of the time, like improved, healed relationships where there's been an argument or a disagreement or hurt feelings. So some of you are trying to reconcile with people. Now this isn't a love reading. I am going to do the love predictions reading in September, but we'll get your oracle cards as well, and they might also point out some love things. But definitely I think if you pick this pile, you'll want to watch the next video that I post on this channel, which will be the September love predictions. So let's start getting your oracle cards. It looks like a really interesting, kind of transformative month in many ways. So I'm going to try and get 1 card from each of these oracle decks, but I may end up with more. So group 1, September. Yeah, okay, so we have Guardian of Swords here, which is the King of Swords, and it's Archangel Michael there, so some of you work with Archangel Michael. And we also have 7 of Crystals, 7 of Pentacles, so this feeling of waiting that comes from this, and you've already got a 7 there with the 7 of Wands. So 7 feels like something is growing, something is increasing. So we get the feeling of waiting there. And to be honest, this kind of feels like manifestation for me as well. When I get the 7 of Pentacles, I think that you've put hard work in, or you've sown the seeds of something and you're just waiting for the results. So I think some of you have been maybe applying for jobs, or you've kind of told someone that you have feelings for them and you're waiting to see how they respond. Or some of you are just, you've made a vision board, or you've done some kind of manifestation or meditation work and you're waiting to see some tangible results from that. King of Swords as well, I think of protection because it's the lovely Archangel Michael. Some of you work a lot with Archangel Michael. This is air energy, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That will have some meaning for some of you, but don't worry if it doesn't. For some of you, this may represent the person that you are growing closer to in a romantic sense, or the person that you're trying to manifest. It could just be someone who is important to you in some way in the month of September. They may even be called Michael or Mickey or Mike or something similar to that. So that might have a special meaning for some of you. But I also think with this card, it feels as though you've been through something difficult. Like Archangel Michael is the protector. He comes to us when we've had a tough time. And as you can see, he's holding like this armor here, as though he's fought for us, as though he's protected us and defended us. So I think some of you have really been through a tough time and you're ready to welcome in more positive things in the future. So we'll get you some more oracle cards. Okay, number 49, be insightful and established. Ground and rebalance your energy. Bring your awareness into the now rather than allowing it to occupy the past or future. And that's interesting because, again, it does feel like you're leaving the past behind you. You're trying to kind of look forward to the future without dreaming of it and stopping it from allowing you to do anything in the present. So this feeling of balance, coming back into balance, letting the past go, looking towards the future, but not just being stuck in daydreams, actually doing something about your present to bring you towards the future. Dionysius, ecstasy. Okay, so some of you really need to relax as well. Some of you might be going to a party or having some kind of celebration in this month, but when I get this card, it actually talks about learning to relax and not be so uptight all the time. So that's a message for some of you, is just cut yourself some slack. I think also with the Seven of Pentacles, there's this feeling of waiting, and often that can mean like a quiet period of time. And the Seven of Wands makes me think of being very tense because you think that people are out to get you, or you think that people kind of disapprove of what you've done, so you have to be very defensive. So these cards together seem to kind of say, cut yourself some slack, let yourself relax a little bit. Okay, so you have the intuition card here. So your intuition is very strong at this time, maybe because you are having some quiet time. Like this feeling, I get from this card, this very introspective feeling, like it's a cold, dark night. This girl is in this room with this rainbow rug, she's a little gnome girl, and she's lighting these candles, and it just feels very cozy and very introspective. So I think some of you will be meditating or spending quiet time alone trying to figure out what you want, and some of you will be getting intuitive downloads as a result of that. So listen to your intuition in this month. Okay, then we've got two cards here. We have Puss in Boots, Wit, number 8, and Hansel from Hansel and Gretel, number 4, Survival. So some of you have kind of had to survive a very difficult time, as I said with the Archangel Michael card there. Some of you have been struggling just to survive. You've just been trying to get through the day-to-day, and now you're ready to come out of that period and to be happy again and to start looking forward to things again. So that's a really lovely feeling from that card. And the Wit card as well, this is saying that you will succeed, or you will bring about the outcome you want because of your wits, not because of the people that you know, or because of, you know, circumstances outside of your control. You will succeed because of your own wits. And I just think of laughter as well, like funny things, laughter, when I see Wit. So I think you'll have some good communication with people. I'm getting quite a strong air energy from this reading so far. So Wit makes me think of Gemini when I think of Wit. So some of you really enjoying kind of chatting to people, even if you're not physically around them, just chatting to people, having a laugh, those kinds of things, light-hearted communication with people. Okay, we have Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So this is another card about love, but it's also saying, you know, share your inspiration. So that might be talking about you making others laugh, you being the person to kind of be the funny friend, or the person who tells some funny stories or shares some funny memes with people. And we also got Commander Ashtar, call to action. Take charge, lead by example, and walk your talk. So again, this feeling of you being the one to do things in your friendship group, or maybe you being the one to tell someone how you feel about them, or that you want to give it a go on the dating scene. You know, you are taking the initiative in this month. I don't think things are just going to come towards you. I think you've got to, you know, go out and actually take the moves towards that. Some of you are also star seeds with this card coming through for you. Let's get a few more cards. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Okay, so again, this kind of feeling of long-term future planning, but not living in the future, you know? You're not daydreaming. You haven't just got these pie-in-the-sky dreams. You're really trying to figure out how you're going to get what you want from the long-term future, and that's really admirable. So your dreams need a practical plan. I can't remember whose quote it is, but there is this quote that says, a goal is a dream with a deadline. So unless you have a certain deadline by which you need to achieve your goal, then it's not really a goal, it's just a dream. So when you start to think of it practically, as in how and when can I achieve this, what can I do to bring this towards me, then it will start to be a goal rather than a dream. So maybe some of you are going to start writing out to-do lists, or writing out a kind of timeline of what you need to do to reach a certain goal, or how you can achieve certain goals. It's also full moon in Taurus, so some of you have Taurus energy, earth energy. Okay, so here we've got Freya, bold. Unleash your adventurous side. Take risks and be daring. Okay, so some of you really getting back out there again, maybe on the dating scene, or maybe trying to do something that you've never really done before. There's this feeling of adventurousness that I get from this card. So you've got two deities coming out for you so far, Dionysus and Freya. So a Greek god and a Norse god. So yeah, some of you also going through a glow up, trying to really take care of your body, take care of yourself, feel more confident and more comfortable in your own skin. Maybe some of you are changing your style a little bit. That's what I get from that card, this feeling of, here I am and I feel good about myself. Okay, then we have number 4, Baith or Birth. Now that again is about new beginnings. So I'm just going to take a little read from the guidebook to see if any phrases really pop out at you, because this is a really good guidebook. So this card is called Baith because that is the Celtic Ogham letter, which represents the birch tree, and stands for birth. So it says, this card signalizes the time for a new start. Perhaps an actual birth, or at least a metaphorical one. An old phase is passing away and a new one begins. But even this new beginning has its roots in your deepest histories and your past lives. There may be some labour involved, but it's a labour that bears fruit. This card is associated with fertility, sensuality, and motherhood. There may be new energy in a romance, the family, or the home. You could be giving birth to a creative project too. Whatever it is, celebrate. Prepare for the wonderful growth and opportunities that are about to come. So this really just like rounds up your reading so well with all of the cards that we've got here. We've got cards about, you know, beginnings, leaving the past behind. We've got cards about celebrating. We've got cards about new romance or rekindled romance. It's such a lovely little resonating card to get that really ties up the reading. So I'll get you 2 more cards, group 1, and then we'll get your charms and dice. So let's get one of these. Okay, wow, so you've got a Gabe card, which means gift in German. Those are the pink-backed cards. And it says number 37, Sexualität, so sexuality. Definitely some of you really getting back out there again, really kind of getting your mojo back. I feel like for some of you it is a rekindled romance rather than a new one, but for some of you, you do have a new person coming your way. I don't want to kind of pull a clarifying card because I feel like there is both options here. It's not just like it's a new romance for everyone and I'm not sure about it. It's that I feel for some of you it's a rekindled thing and for some of you it is a new thing. So let's get one of these Sweet Dreams Affirmations cards. Thank you again so much, Angel. You are such a lovely person. You are an angel. These are really lovely cards and they've been so accurate for me already, even though they're such tiny cards. So let's get your affirmation for the month. So group 1, affirmation for September. Okay, so we have explore. I explore new horizons as I follow my passion. Now is the time to move forward. I mean, that's just perfect with what we've got here. I said some of you are kind of getting back out there, feeling more in alignment, feeling more confident about yourselves, more comfortable in your own skin. So we're going to put your charms on top, see what they can tell us. If you don't like the sound of the charms, or if you have the volume turned up really loud, please turn it down just a little bit while I shuffle, because it can be a little bit loud sometimes. But I know some of you like the sound. So, group 2, September 2020. Sorry, group 1. Group 1. Okay, so we have got some new charms in the charm tin that I put in earlier this week, so you might get some of those popping out for you. So let's see, we've got a few initials first of all. So we have this W, although it did look like an M because it was turned down, so you could take that as either. We also have O, X, and S. So O, X, S, and W, or potentially M, however you want to take it. Those could be first names, surnames, place names. You might get a random word coming to you when I say those letters, but don't worry if nothing comes because it might not be for you, it's just for someone else. So let's see what we have. We've got a new charm there, so that's the olive branch. Reaching out to someone, someone reaching out to you. So this could be in the context of you kind of socializing, having witty communication with other people, or it may be referring to the rekindled romance that is on the horizon for some of you. You are being guided as well. Your guides are giving you intuitive insights. Of course, we've got the intuition card there as well. You also got the snowflake obsidian ball. This is the ball of overcoming obstacles. And I do see that quite clearly in your reading, you guys, that you've overcome some significant obstacles or blockages. You have the angel wings as well. So angels are watching over you. They are in your energy right now. The two hearts entwined together and a big love heart there. So I mean, isn't that beautiful? You've got the two hearts, which represents the two of cups, the two people coming together, and then on this card about being insightful and established, you've got the big love heart, and I think that just refers to loving yourself and self-care and all of those really important things. So then we have the snail. So that's telling you not to rush yourself, you know, go at your own pace. Don't feel rushed in a relationship. Don't feel rushed to do things that you're not comfortable with. Just go at a pace that is normal and natural to you. We've also got Sagittarius charm, and this is the charm of determination. So seeing a goal or seeing what you want and then really going after it. Intention as well, I feel, with that charm. So that really works well with what we were saying about the law of attraction and setting long-term goals. The two dolphins here represent a helpful person, so maybe someone, the romantic partner or a friend or a teacher maybe, is going to help you through this month to achieve something or to feel more confident doing something. We've got the snowflake as well, so winter is important for some of you. It landed on the Two of Cups, so maybe if it's a rekindled romance, it might be the last time you spoke to this person was in winter. Maybe you met someone in the winter and you're only now being able to say that you have feelings for them or that you're interested in them. Winter is important here. Maybe it's someone's birthday, or maybe you're making plans for the winter. You also have the cartouche. That's a really, really powerful charm. That's saying that you have divine protection for this entire lifetime and then the next one as well. So you have a lot of strong divine energies around you. And I mean, we've seen it. We've got beautiful Archangel Michael. We have these ascended masters here. We have Freya. We have Dionysius. It's really, really beautiful. And the angels as well. So a lot of guides and spirits around you and deities. Then over here, we've got like a little clump of charms. So I'm just going to address these now. I wanted to leave them until the end to pick them apart. So we've got the worry thread all wrapped up here, and this symbolizes anxiety or worry. So obviously it's landed on this card about allowing yourself to relax and cutting yourself some slack. So I feel like a lot of you are worriers, or you do suffer from anxiety, or you do maybe have a tendency to catastrophize or to go over and over things that you've said or done and kind of, you know, torture yourself with that. So it's saying try not to do that, try not to worry in this month. And then you've got the crocodile attached to this new charm, which is Alice in Wonderland, and I don't know if you can see, but it's like a little clock. It's got 3, 6, 9 and the hands there. So the crocodile talks about someone who is manipulative or someone who is kind of out for their own interests. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they're a bad person, but it means that there's someone in your friendship group or your social circle or someone that you're in some way involved with who has their own motives for something that they're doing. So be careful not to just go along with everything someone says or agree to something if you don't feel comfortable with it. You know, only do what you feel happy doing. And because it was attached to this makes me think of worrying about time, because, you know, Alice is always trying to leave Wonderland. She's trying to get home before people miss her or before people start to worry. And so this makes me think about being worried about timing, you know, feeling as though it's not the right time for me, or I'm being made to do something too quickly, or someone is delaying my plans. There is some kind of worry about timing there. So I do wonder if with the snail charm it means that someone is trying to rush you or trying to make you do something more quickly than you're comfortable with. So just take that how it resonates, you guys. And now I'll do your dice as well. Really interesting reading. So I roll the 6-sided dice to see which set of dice we're using. And you guys have got number 4 today. That's the Looney Tunes dice. So a very cartoon feeling, because you got the Happy Tarot, and obviously Beauty and the Beast is a cartoon, and now you've got Looney Tunes as well. So these dice look like this. And I'm going to roll this 10-sided dice to see how many dice we roll, because I don't want to roll all of them in case they don't all have a message for you. Except we're rolling all 9 today. Okay, so it looks like they do all have a message for you, or they all have a message for someone. They might not all resonate. As always, in a general YouTube reading, just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So group 1, September 2020, what's coming up for you, group 1? Okay, let's see what we have here. Wow, okay, so I think we've got quite a few repeated symbols here. So firstly, the catapult, that just makes me think of like the arrow charm that we got, you know, that feeling of setting your sights on something, seeing your target, seeing your goal, and being determined to reach it. So I think that works well with the law of attraction or manifestation that we were talking about, a lot of you working hard towards goals. Then we have the key there for those old-fashioned toys that you wind up and wind up until they start to move. And I think this is really talking about a lot of you being very wound up. Like a lot of you have a lot of tension or a lot of anxiety that's kind of built up inside of you. So some of you just really, really need to relax. If you can, I would recommend getting a massage or doing as much meditation as you can, because I think some of you it's manifesting physically now, like you're very achy, especially around the back and shoulders area is where I'm feeling now. Like very tight. I'm starting to feel quite tight around my back and shoulders. So I think that will resonate with some of you as being very tense. And it's like a build up of energy, and it might even be kind of affecting the way that you sit and walk. You might find that you're leaning forward or hunched over a lot, so trying to correct that a little bit and just allow yourself to breathe. Have a bath if you can, try and get good sleep, all of those things. You've then got the platform, so this going up a level, and I always think of that when I get the world card, which obviously was the first card that came out for you today, this feeling of improving or going up a level in something, because the world card is all about ending something and then starting something new. So starting something often more challenging or something that is like a little bit higher in level than what you were doing before. So this feeling of improving in something or achieving a certain level at something and then starting to work towards a higher level. That's what I'm getting. I've also got the white flag, so surrender. Some of you have really surrendered something. Either maybe some of you have surrendered your attachment to the outcome of some things, surrendered your need to control, surrendered when you've been fighting against change or fighting against destiny, you've just decided to let the universe take care of things. Some of you have also felt really stuck in situations, and so maybe you think that the surrendering will just allow the universe to work everything out for you, and I think that's probably quite a good idea as well. Some of you also feeling quite unsettled. We've got the person there who's like run off the end of the cliff and now there's no firm ground beneath his feet. So some of you really wondering whether the changes you've made are positive. Some of you worried about the future because it's the great unknown. So I feel like just allowing the changes that need to come and not fighting against them will be the best thing. Got the spring as well. That makes me think of like a great leap forward or a sudden change, sudden forward movement. Granny as well, this kind of mature woman, sensible, clever woman. Maybe some of you have an older female who can help you in some way or who can give you some advice or some comfort. Some of you may also have a grandmother or mother or auntie figure who is in spirit, who is then coming through the intuition card. She may be giving you downloads or guidance through your intuition in this month. So just take that on board if that resonates with you. And then we have the detonator. So some of you will get like a really sudden forward movement. I'm getting that from the spring as well. Something very unexpected. Or something that happens a lot more quickly or a lot more suddenly than you thought it would. So just be prepared for that. But that might also be connected to this snail thing, like you want to move more slowly. So really take things at your own pace in this month. But I do think be prepared that an issue maybe with work or in your relationships might suddenly move forward very quickly or very suddenly. You might get a message from someone completely out of the blue. You know, you might hear something about someone that really surprises you. So just take that on board. Prepare for the unexpected, essentially, in this month. But it seems like a really good month of progress and of forward movement, of manifestation, of confidence, coming together with another person, opening yourself up to love. Really, really beautiful. We've got the repeated rose symbolism here as well on the Polar Venetian card and the Archangel Michael card. So I think that's really nice. Some of you might really like roses. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this group one. It was interesting doing it like this because this is how I do private readings where I just shuffle on camera. So let me know if you prefer this or if you prefer me to go back to just doing the pre-shuffled piles because they're fun as well. I would love it if you would give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and please do comment below as well and say how it resonated, because I do try to reply to all of your comments. I do read all of them, and it really makes my day to hear about how you enjoyed the reading or how it resonated with you, what's going on in your life, so do consider doing that. if you'd like to just leave me a little comment. If you would like to help out the channel in any way, I have some links in the description as to how you can do that. I've got a Patreon page where we offer exclusive content, exclusive picker cards, ways to interact with me, kind of ad hoc spiritual stuff. I was giving away free 1-card readings recently. That was quite fun. So there's always like different stuff going on there. I also have a PayPal link for tips and donations, and I have an Amazon wishlist for tarot and oracle cards if you want to be as kind as Angel and send me a lovely new deck. So thank you so much to everyone who's done that. Thank you so much to everyone who has been generous enough to donate to the channel in some way. It really does make my day. If you would also like to book a private reading or an angel healing session, my Etsy shop is in the description. If you're booking any kind of reading that's not just like a monthly prediction, then I will need your question as well as your name and email address. As usual, there's like a little comments box when you're doing the transaction that allows you to leave a note to me, and that is where you should put your information. So name, email address, and question. If there's anyone else involved in your question, I'll need their name as well. And I think that's all I have to say. So I hope you guys have a great month ahead. Have a lovely September. If you're still listening to me, thank you. Thank you for sharing your time with me today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Take care. Hey there everyone, if you chose group 2 with the Beast and the Ramses Tarot of Eternity, then this is your reading. So let's take a look at the cards. As I said, we're shuffling on camera today, so very different from what I normally do, but this is the way I do it for private readings. If you ever book a reading with me on my Etsy page, I will shuffle on camera for you like this. Okay, and make sure that you stick around as well, because I'm going to do your cards, tarot and oracle, and then I'm going to do charms and dice. We always have a lot to get through in my videos, so make sure you stay and get your full reading. So we're going to do your tarot cards first. I always like to start with the tarot. So group 2, what is coming up for you in September 2020? Ooh, I'll take those back. I think they kind of like were a little bit hasty in jumping out. Okay, let's take these ones. So we have 7 of Pentacles here, Page of Swords, and 7 of Wands. Okay, so 2 sevens, which is interesting. So what I'm seeing is, first of all, we've got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in terms of zodiac signs. I'm seeing some of you as waiting for results from something. With the 7 of Pentacles, I get this feeling of having done something and then waiting for the results back. And maybe some of you are trying to kind of manifest good karma into your life. You're trying to deal with old karmic contracts and bring good karma and good luck to you in the future, because this woman is being very kind. She's giving to a man who has nothing. And so I wonder if some of you have really been trying to be selfless or trying to be better people in order to bring about good karma in some way, or you're just wondering if the way that you've acted will bring about positive results for you in the future. With the Page of Swords and then the 7 of Wands, this is an interesting combination. Like, firstly, the Page of Swords could represent a person, usually an air sign, often someone who's quite young, maybe younger than you, who often presents some kind of challenge. Like, this person is someone who can sometimes be acting as a spy. So you may find that someone is trying to get information about you. Maybe there is an ex or an old friend that is trying to spy on your social media, or there is a mutual friend that's like feeding back information to them about what you're doing. So just be aware of kind of who you confide in this month. I would also say in this month, try and stay away from gossip, because I think gossip might end up getting back to the people that it's about. So just try not to spread too much gossip or get involved in that kind of low vibrational stuff in this month. And the 7 of Wands as well. It feels like some of you feel as though you've been under attack, or you feel as though your friends have not been treating you very well, or that you've had to justify your decisions a lot, or that people are kind of out to get you. So there is this feeling here that maybe you're aware someone is spreading bad news about you, or someone is trying to find out what you're doing and you feel defensive, you're trying to protect yourself. For some of you, this may be an ex-partner, or as I said before, an old friend, someone that you've fallen out with. For some of you, it might even be work related. Like, you might have a colleague that is very nosy, or you might have a boss that is trying to find out about your private life or about your past employment history. And so you're trying to, you know, defend your privacy and defend your right to privacy. I feel like that is coming through quite strongly for a lot of you. So we're going to get your oracle cards now, before we do your charms and dice. We've got plenty of cards, so don't worry. There's going to be a lot of information coming through. I'm actually seeing the Tower card in my mind, so I think some of you have been through a lot of change recently. This is like a psychic download, seeing the Tower card. Some of you have really lost someone who is important to you through some kind of conflict or argument, and some of you have just been through a lot of change recently that's caused you to feel tired or caused you to feel unsure of where things are going in the future. So let's get you some more cards. So group 2, September 2020. Maybe some of you are questioning just how good your friends really are, just how loyal they are. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Two of Swords here. There's this feeling of conflict that I get from the Two of Swords. These two children are fencing. There's a nice sun on the horizon there, which makes me feel like this will be resolved, but it feels like a conflict. Normally when I get the Two of Swords, I think of a decision, and that might also be relevant here, but I think of conflict. I think of two people kind of going head to head, trying to be better than the other or arguing with each other. I think a lot of you, this is someone that you've been very close to in the past. I'm thinking best friend, close family member, really good work colleague, ex-partner. You know, this feeling of I trusted you before, how could you behave this way, is what I'm getting. So I'm getting quite a lot of psychic downloads for you guys. Yeah, I'm hearing how could you do this to me. A lot of channeled messages coming through. You went behind my back is what I'm hearing. Wow. This doesn't normally happen when I do general readings. Yeah, Ares, war. So you've got the Greek and Roman god of war here. He's called Mars in the Roman pantheon. So this feeling of conflict, arguments, battles with people. If this isn't resonating, you guys, then please do try and pick another pile, because I think this is quite specific for some people. Okay, then you've got two of these Whispers of the Ocean cards. I do actually just want to see what the guidebook says about Aries, because there's like two little sentences at the start of each page. I wonder what it says about the war card. There may be a battle ahead. Learn the rules of engagement. Okay, so some of you are preparing for this argument or some kind of conflict, but I think a lot of you've already been through it and you're kind of dealing with the fallout, or you're dealing with this ongoing sense of betrayal or sense of aggro. So you have number 22, take note. Your answers are being given to you. Quieting external voices and excessive noise will give you the chance to hear what is being offered. Okay. And number 5, change direction with ease. This is a time for change, shape-shifting, or your soul's evolution. It is a time to reconsider what you are wanting. You may be in for a surprise. That's a nice message. Okay, so I think this take note is kind of to do with this conflict situation that we were talking about. You are receiving downloads or answers or guidance about this situation, but you need to pull away from the stress and everyone's opinions and everyone's kind of energy in order to do this. So try to meditate or try to find a quiet space where you don't have your phone with you or you don't have any other people around you to distract you. For some of you, this will be a meditative space. For some of you, it will mean having a bath or being in bed or going for a walk somewhere. But just kind of being able to clear your head is quite important to getting these downloads. And then we've got this need for change. So change is coming. You're being guided to change your direction with regards to a situation or relationship. Maybe some of you changing your belief systems in some way. And I like what it says here. You may be in for a surprise. So some of you getting some kind of a surprise. Maybe we could get a clarifying card, see what kind of form this surprise will take. Let's do that for you. Wow, that was very sudden. Okay, 3 of Cups. So the surprise is to do with your friendships. So you may be getting a new friend, or you may find that someone has like organized something for you, or that someone has really stuck up for you in some way. I feel like some of you are really questioning your loyalties when it comes to your friends, really questioning whether people have your back. And so I think you will be surprised that a lot of people do really respect you, and that a lot of people have taken your side in whatever this argument is, even if they haven't voiced it like really loudly because they don't want to cause any more aggro. That's what I'm seeing. You're going to be surprised at how much your friends care. So you may get some messages of support, or you may get invited to hang out with people. So that's nice. Group 2, September. Sea of Love. Okay, this is a really important card because this is saying that you need to focus on your own self-love and your self-esteem. Recent events may have battered the way that you think about yourself. You may have been called names. You may have been left feeling not very confident in yourself and your body image. And so this is saying love yourself. Give yourself that gentleness, that lovely, gentle energy that we see in this card. Pamper yourself. Get that sense of self-esteem and self-worth back. Don't let others take that away from you. And we have Thumbelina, expectations, number 13. So things living up to expectations, having positive expectations so that good things come towards you. Because as I said, I think some of you have been quite doubtful of your friends or your social group. So I think giving them the benefit of the doubt, having positive expectations will bring positive rewards. Just like the law of attraction in many ways, you know, what you focus on comes towards you. So if you focus on your fears and what you don't want, then that's what you bring towards you, unfortunately. Then here we have Green Tara, supreme protection. You are protected, cords are being cut, move beyond limitation, and then just that word, trust. Just that one word, trust. I think that's really, really lovely. And I think that measures up really well with the expectations card. Just trust that things will work out. You are being protected and watched over. And then I love what it says here. Cords are being cut, move beyond limitation. So you're no longer going to be feeling restricted to a certain social group or a certain way of behaving. Also with cords being cut, I think a lot of you are moving on from certain friendships or certain relationships. You are kind of finally putting someone's influence in the past. You're no longer having that person around you anymore. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. So we've got Aquarius energy coming through. As I said, quite a lot of air energy was quite visible from the beginning in this reading, but this show the world the real you. There's no need anymore to pretend. There's no longer any need to try and fit in, because now everyone knows what's going on. Now everyone sees the true dynamic of relationships and who you really are. So don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid to show people the true you. Don't hold it back. Move beyond limitation. Really, really nice. Wow. Okay, this is such a powerful card given what we've just read. Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. And there is such a beautiful part in the guidebook for this deck that said something like, if I justify myself, if I resort to justifying myself and explaining myself, then I will sink to a lower level than I feel comfortable with, because I prefer to work at a higher level rather than the lower levels of human bickering and human conflict. And that really helped me during a difficult time of my life, that one phrase, just kind of keeping it in my mind, remembering that if you justify yourself, if you explain yourself, then you sink to a lower level. And so try and keep your vibration high by forgiving, by being kind, by being loving, by being compassionate. And I guess as well, just even if someone has behaved horribly towards you, don't wish them harm. You know that they'll get whatever karma is coming to them, but that doesn't involve you. You don't need to send that negativity out towards them, because if you send out negativity, then that's what you get back. So just kind of forgiving and releasing and trying to be at peace with the situation is what's important here. Really, really nice. Okay, number 17, the Lookout. So with this deck, I always read from the guidebook because the guidebook really well explains the cards, the symbolism, everything. So this card says that a man is looking through binoculars from the crow's nest of a great masted ship, and a battle is being waged on the deck below him. All this talk of war and battles and conflicts. It says this card tells you to be on the lookout. There is a challenging situation, perhaps even a battle of sorts, that is around you. You could experience a sudden fall or loss of your position, but if you are aware, then you can make a backup plan that will help you ride through this difficult time a little more easily. This phase may be temporary, but it's important to keep your balance. Your strength will carry you through to a better time to come. Okay, and because he's looking at this next card, he's kind of looking towards the Mary Magdalene card, I feel like I should actually read the description of that card for you, because it just feels as though he's like paying special attention to that card. So this card says, I'm not what most people think, but to defend myself would be to sink to a lower level than I feel comfortable with. I am one with the divine just as you are, and it is here that I choose to reside. The lower levels of human bickering, judgment, and chaos are just that, lower levels. I choose to do my work from the level of the higher consciousness, where love reigns supreme. It's here where the most good can be done, and I urge you to do the same. Where you dwell in consciousness is where you truly dwell. So focus your thoughts on the good things that you can find in people and rise above all appearances otherwise. And then it has some extra meanings to the card. It says, don't worry what others think or say. Heal this situation with love. Send love to those who have hurt or misjudged you. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and release old unforgiveness towards others to help yourself heal and move on. So I think that is like a really admirable thing to be able to do, is if you can send forgiving, loving energy to people that have behaved awfully towards you, then it really shows the universe that you have reached a higher level of understanding and that you are worthy of much better things to come towards you. So I'll just get you 2 more cards and then we'll do your charms and dice. So group 2, September 2020. Okay, so we've got a white card, and these ones are called Gnade, which is German for mercy. And it's number 41, Unschuld. Okay, I feel like a lot of you need to hear this message. So Unschuld means innocence. And as you can see, the people are being freed from this cage by the knowledge that they are innocent, that they've done nothing wrong. They're not the guilty party. So I think a lot of you, if you have been through this difficult experience with someone or with a group of people, because I feel like there are more people involved in the main conflict, just know that you've not done anything to be ashamed of. You've done nothing wrong. You haven't brought this situation upon yourself. So just try and forgive yourself for anything that you think you've done. But I honestly believe that you are innocent in this situation. You are the wounded party, and so sending out forgiveness to others really raises your vibration and sets you free. But I hope the knowledge that you are innocent will set you free as well. So I'm just going to get you your affirmation from this lovely deck, from the lovely angel who sent it to me. So let's see what your September affirmation is, you guys. Group 2, affirmation for September. Oh, you've got 2. Wow, okay, so 2 affirmations for you this week. This month. Attraction. I attract a loving, happy, fulfilling relationship into my life. So again, you know, you get more of what you put out. So if you put out love and forgiveness, that's what you bring towards you. And then you have love. My heart is open to love as it manifests into the world. So those work beautifully together, and they really work well with the rest of your cards as well. As I said, this deck has been like crazy accurate for me, even though they're just tiny, tiny little cards. I was really surprised. So I'm going to put your charms on top now, you guys. And if you don't like the sound of the charms, or if you have the volume turned up really loud, you might want to turn it down just while I shuffle them, because they can be a little bit loud. So group 2, September 2020. Okay, so this is the black obsidian ball, and this means deception or mysteries, things being hidden from you. So I feel like you don't know the full picture of what's going on in this situation. I feel like some things are hidden from you for some reason. You've also got the letter Q, so that could be someone's name or surname. It could be a word that comes to you, or a place, just whatever comes to you. It doesn't matter if something doesn't come, that it might just be for a few people. We also got this snowflake that fell out while I was shuffling, and then you got the Christmas tree. So winter is important for some reason. I don't know if you're making plans that involve winter time in September, or if you are dealing with something that kind of happened in the winter time and it's still affecting you in some way, but winter is important for a lot of you here. You have I love football, so there's an important hobby or interest that you will be spending time doing or working on in this month. You also have the word brave, which is so lovely. You are brave to go through this situation, and to still be strong and still be fighting is just incredible. And the unicorn as well. Unicorns are innocent and pure, so you're definitely the innocent party here. I think of someone who is very special and unique when I get that charm as well, so celebrate your uniqueness. You have a guardian angel watching over you, which is so lovely. Dealing with the shadow self, the shadow side. Fear as well, dealing with fear. Even old fears, you know, things that have been buried for a while. Stabilizing your energy as well in this month. You're kind of bringing yourself into balance and alignment. Listen to your inner wisdom, listen to your intuition and your inner voice to tell you what to do. Meditate or do yoga or have some kind of mindfulness practice to help you stay balanced, help you stay focused. Yeah, the kettle, things that have been under the surface for a long time are now coming to the boil. They're coming to the forefront. So something has been kind of simmering inside for a while. This could be like simmering resentment or simmering fear or anger or something, but it's like this situation has been building up for quite some time, and it's just now that it has kind of come to the boil and is now needing to be dealt with, whatever this situation is. Someone or something is trying to get your attention as well. You've got the notification bell. Then you've got this charm about chivalry. So when I get this, I think of sticking to your word. So it's interesting because it landed on the expectations card. So again, it's saying that what you think of and what you expect, you know, when you say, oh, that won't happen, then it won't happen, you know. When you kind of expect things, then that's what's going to come towards you. So stick to your words, stick to your promises that you've made to yourself and others in this month, but also remember that your words and thoughts are very, very powerful. So don't say something or think something unless it's what you want to happen. We have the gauntlet there as well. That's what you throw down when you want to challenge someone to a duel. So someone is feeling challenged, and of course there is a duel going on here. So I feel like two people really at loggerheads in this month, but someone feels challenged or someone has challenged someone else is what I'm seeing. There's also the compatible hearts here, so some of you are manifesting relationships. I am going to do the September love predictions reading as the next reading on this channel, so stick around for that if you enjoy my videos. I feel like that's connected to the attracting love thing, but again, this person that you're arguing with may be an ex-partner. We've got a new charm. I put the few charms in the tin earlier this week. So you've got a narwhal here. Really, really cute little brand new charm, and I've just dropped him, so let's pick him up. It's because I try to get it to focus properly, so I end up like this. So the narwhal, I think, again, of someone who's unique, you know, but I also think of breaking through to a new situation. You know, they break through the ice with their horns, so you will break through to the other side of this situation. This isn't always going to be like this, you know, it's kind of like ripping off a plaster. It's very horrible in the moment, but it doesn't last for very long, so this situation will resolve and get better. And then you've got this key here, so again, this feeling of resolution to a situation or problem. And because you have the Triskelion, if you're regular viewers of my channel, you'll know what's about to happen. But basically, whenever I get a Triskelion coming out in a reading, I pull one of these cards, because I made these cards to communicate with Manannán na Clia. He is the Celtic sea god, he's one of my patron gods, and this is his symbol. So whenever it comes out, I just assume that he has something to tell you. So I'm going to pull you one of my handmade cards now. So Lord Manannán, what do you want to tell Group 2 about their September? Okay, you've got 2 cards, and I think a lot of you have really been growing closer to this deity through my channel, which is so sweet. I have a lot of you saying, oh, he comes up in every reading that I get, which is so lovely. So if I can help some of you to feel closer to this or to research Celtic mythology a bit, then that's lovely. So you have tidal wave here. And then you have Goblet of Truth. Okay, so tidal wave, first of all, this feeling of there being a massive change in your life. And I really do connect that to the Tower card. So we've kind of got our Tower card showing up here. And I did literally feel the Tower card before I pulled any of the cards after the tarot. So tidal wave, this kind of surge of energy or surge of events coming into your life that just like knocks everything out of balance, you know, it like obliterates everything in its path. And after that you've got to like rebuild your life. So it does feel as though there has been massive change or massive unsettled energy in your life recently. And then we have Goblet of Truth, and this is saying that the truth will out. So, you know, this is something in Celtic mythology that Manannán Mac Lir owns. It is a goblet that will break if you speak a lie over it, and it will be repaired if you speak a truth over it. So this is like saying people will know the truth. People will be able to tell who is telling the truth and who is just telling a lie for their own purposes. So the truth will out in this situation. So finally, group 2, I'm going to get your dice on top. So I roll the 6-sided dice to see which set we use. Okay, number 5, so that's the actions dice for you guys. And they look like this. And then I roll a 10-sided dice to see how many of them we're going to use. Okay, just 2. So the reason why I do that is because I don't want to roll all 9 if, for example, only 2 of them are going to have a message for you, because it would just be confusing or not helpful. So let's see what your 2 dice have to say. And of course you are group number 2, so, and you got 2 of these cards, so, oh, 2 2s as well there, I didn't realise, 22, take note. So 2 might be an important card for you. You also got the 2 of Swords. Okay, group 2, September 2020. Okay. Yeah, some of you feeling really burdened, feeling like your friendship group or your social group or the people who are involved in this conflict have kind of left you to carry the load. They've left you to bear the brunt of this situation, and you're feeling so annoyed about that. Like, I think a lot of you are starting to think, well, why would my friends do that? Why am I the one that's having to do all of this emotional work or heavy work, being the go-between or being the scapegoat in this situation? Like, you feel burdened. And then there's the awakening here, realizing something. And it has landed on the Sea of Love, so maybe you've become awakened to the fact that you need to work on your self-esteem or your body image, confidence, etc. But there is some kind of awakening that you will experience in this month. So I hope this has helped for you guys. I would love it if you would give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would really, really love it as well if you would comment below and let me know how this resonated with you. I love reading your comments. I try to reply to all of them, and I do read all of them as well. So do consider leaving a comment if you enjoyed this video. Also, if you would like to donate to the channel in any way to support the channel, I have a Patreon page linked in the description. All of the links are in the description for these things. So my Patreon page is where we offer exclusive content like exclusive bigger cards, other spiritual things. Like recently we were doing free 1-card readings for everyone. That was quite fun. It's just a way to get to know me better and show your support for the channel and get some extra content as well. I also have a PayPal link for tips and donations, and I have an Amazon wishlist for new tarot and oracle decks. So if you want to be really kind like Angel, then please do consider checking that out and seeing if anything really catches your eye that you would like to get for the channel. If you would like to book a private reading or an angel healing session, I've got my Etsy page linked in the description as well. So if you're going to book any kind of reading that isn't just a monthly prediction, or if it doesn't say in the description that you need to leave a question, then please leave your name, email address and your question when you do the transaction. There's like a little comments box to leave a note to the seller. That's where you put your information. And if you're asking about anyone else, then I will need their names as well if they're involved in your question, just to connect to their energy in the reading and make sure that I'm getting the right person. So thank you so much for listening if you're still here. Hope you have a lovely month ahead. Have a great September. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Take care. Hey there, if you chose group 3 with Lumière, then this is your reading. So what I'm going to do, as I said, I'm going to shuffle on camera, which isn't something I normally do unless it's a private reading. Then I always shuffle on camera. If you've booked a reading through Etsy, that's what I'll be doing. So I'm going to do your tarot cards first, then your oracle cards, and we have plenty of those. And then please do make sure to stick around because we always do charms and dice as well on this channel, so there's always lots to fit into a video. So make sure you get your full reading, because I do those once I've done the cards. So group 3, let's see, group 3, September 2020. Okay, so we've got 3 cards. I normally like to get about 3 cards when I'm doing a reading when it comes to tarot. So let's see what we've got for you today, you guys. So we have the Sun and the Knight of Wands. And then we have the Page of Cups. Okay, interesting. So you've got 2 court cards there. And what I'm going to do with this deck is actually just read the tiny bit in the guidebook, because I like the way that this guidebook's written. It's quite unique, I think. So the Sun card says, "The Sun God touches each new life with a spark of brilliance and sends it forth into the wide world. Everything that is coming is good. Open up to receive great happiness." I mean, what a beautiful way to start your reading, right? So then the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands says, "One who uses resources in innovative and creative ways to advance his cause and who inspires others with his courage." And then the Page of Cups says, "One who brings a message of true love, tempered with steadiness and responsibility." So really, really interesting there, that it feels like good things are coming your way and like there is this sense of newness coming here. Some of you may be getting renewed or new love. And that was a theme in someone else's reading. I think it was pile 1, actually, that there was some romance. So this isn't a romance reading. I am going to be doing the love predictions for September as the next video. So stick around if you want to hear about what this love situation is. But I think that there's someone new coming into your life, or someone that you already know that you're growing closer to in a romantic sense. I feel like a lot of positivity is coming your way. A lot of truth is going to be told in September. And I feel as though there is this sense of like freshness and vitality that's coming in. A lot of you will get a lot of new energy as well. Some of you are trying to get pregnant or are going to be giving birth in the month of September or around that time. Some of you have a baby coming into the family, especially baby boys. The Sun has this energy of baby boys. But maybe that also represents the Page of Cups. You know, some of you, if you are going to be pregnant or giving birth, then this is like this new person that you're going to be falling in love with. Also the Knight of Wands. This could be the person that you may be interested in romantically, or someone that you're growing closer to. There's this feeling of someone who's very passionate, very energetic, enthusiastic. So there's a lot of fire energy for you so far in this month. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, also some water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but I feel like that is less so. I feel like it's more the fire that I'm getting right now. But let's see what your oracle cards have to say. Just seeing if I get any downloads, because for group 2 I got quite a few psychic downloads. I'm seeing the Ace of Cups actually in my mind's eye, so like this new beginning when it comes to romance. I'm also hearing like a fresh new start, so some of you are like turning over a new leaf or turning over a new page in your life, starting something afresh. Clean slate, tabula rasa, that kind of thing. So let's get you some more cards. I'm hearing I forgive you as well. So some of you are kind of reconciling with someone or forgiving someone who has hurt you in the past. Wow. Okay, well that came in very, very quickly. So now we've got 7 of Wands and Guide of Hearts, which is the Queen of Cups. So, okay, more water energy. So maybe a lot of you do have quite a lot of water energy in your chart. This 7 of Wands is interesting. 7 of Wands has come up in every reading so far, and it's been in a different deck every single time. But the 7 of Wands in this deck is about healing. There's a butterfly to represent each of the chakras, so maybe one of those butterflies is really calling out to you, and that will represent Whichever color it is, that will represent a certain chakra needing to be healed. So for example, if you're feeling really drawn to this light blue butterfly, then that is the throat chakra, so needing to express your truth more, needing to remove blockages when it comes to speaking up, all of those things. So healing, especially natural healing, like herbal healing, flower healing, all of those things are coming through for you. And then the Guide of Cups. So the Guide of Hearts, the Queen of Cups, this feeling of, again, a caring person, someone who is opening their heart out to you, giving you this love and support. So for some of you, this is a female energy who is in spirit. So a mother or godmother, grandmother figure, auntie even. And for some of you, this is just a older female who is very caring, who wants to support you through this time. Maybe it even is representing you kind of telling someone how you feel. So let's get you some more oracle cards, group 2. Number 37, look beyond the surface. Avoid becoming distracted by surface issues. Focus on the underlying motivation, cause, or beauty in a situation. Seek ways to bring depth to your world. So it feels like, don't just take what people say at face value, or don't just think, oh, that person's being moody with me, I'm going to stop speaking to them. Because it feels like there is a lot going on underneath the surface in this month that people maybe aren't being at first very expressive about how they're feeling or what they're going through, but that comes later. I do think there is going to be a lot of truth expressed in this month, kind of growing closer to each other. With these water cards, I'm feeling straight away like bonding, growing closer through expressing how you're feeling, through expressing your truth or sharing what you've been through in the past with someone else. Okay, then you guys got 2 Gods and Titans cards, so let's see what they have to say. You've got Garuda, travel. So some of you will have the opportunity to travel, or you will be trying to make travel plans for the future. Maybe someone's traveling to you. And then we have Prometheus, altruism. So being caring, giving of yourself to others, being of service, being selfless and kind in this month. Again, that does really work well if you have children. You know, trying to be there for them in like a selfless way. I think there's a lot here about family is what I'm feeling. A lot here about caring for family, being there for family when they need it. Okay, then you've got love. Okay, so love definitely on its way for you in this month. I think you will want to watch the love predictions reading that I do as the next video. Love. But again, this angel seems kind of childlike in many ways. So I think a lot of you are experiencing love in the family as well. Healing inner child issues is what I'm hearing now for a lot of you as well. So some of you really working on your inner child, trying to heal issues from your childhood. Wow, okay, this came up in pile 2. So Thumbelina, expectations, number 13. Keep your expectations positive because things will work out according to your expectations. Thumbelina is also a tiny little person, so there seems to be a strong connection to children or babies. Again, inner child as well for a lot of you. Or someone who is kind of vulnerable, maybe because they're shy or because they're physically quite small and so they struggle to speak up for themselves. There's someone like this in your social group or in your family or friendship circle who needs to be kind of looked out for by you. Maybe you have a younger sibling or something, or there is someone who is very frail who needs to be looked out for. So keep an eye out for whoever this person is. Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. This is a beautiful card. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. And I feel like this really resonates with this card here because this is the good fairy who in many ways is like an angel figure in The Wizard of Oz. And she is like watching over the whole journey of Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, and she's helping her in an unseen way. So I feel like you have got a lot of angelic helpers. Of course, you have an angel there as well, who are watching over you, who are giving you support and kind of making situations work out well without your knowledge of them even being there. So allow miracles to occur is such a lovely phrase, and trust heaven, trust the angels to take care of you and to make sure that situations will work out in the best possible way. Just keep your expectations positive, put positive energy out there into the world, you know. Do your best to send out positive energy, because that's what you get back. You get out what you put in. Okay, don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. So again, that fire energy coming through here. Some of you have strong Leo placements. Don't let pride get in your way. So if you are someone who struggles to accept help from other people, or who struggles to kind of admit that you need something or admit that you're struggling, then please do open up to help. Tell people how you're feeling in this month. You know, don't be a martyr. Don't let pride stop you from getting what you need from people. State your needs if necessary. Accept help if it's offered to you. Be humble and forgiving if you need to. You know, don't let pride stop you from having a nice relationship with someone. Okay, this is a cute message. So Cordelia, go outside. You've been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. So that's quite a mundane message, but I think a lot of us have been struggling with this recently as well. Make sure that you're going for nice walks, that you're breathing in clean air, that you're listening to nature. You know, don't just always have your headphones in when you're walking around. Actually listen to the birds and the river, wherever it is that you're walking by. If there's somewhere natural that you can walk to, listen to those natural sounds, because they'll kind of help bring you into balance. And it's kind of like this natural healing card that we've got here. Let the sun shine on you. Group 3, September. Okay. Seven of Roses, the journey. So again, this feeling of travel. So some of you have had to rearrange travel plans. Some of you trying to book travel plans for the future, or are being offered the opportunity to travel. This card is all about going somewhere, or people coming towards you from quite far away. Maybe you're hosting family. Maybe there is some kind of milestone event coming up that your family are going to be involved in, and so you're trying to bring people together. Maybe you're just desperate to get out there again, you know, like this feeling of, I want to get out of the house, I want to experience something. The Knight of Wands does also indicate sudden travel a lot of the time, so this may not be something that you have a lot of time to think about if it is an opportunity being offered to you. So we'll just get you 2 more cards, you guys, and then we will do your charms and dice. Group 3, September. Okay, you've got a pink card, and these are called the Gabe cards, which means gift in German. And it says number 39, Erfolg, success. So as you see, these people are climbing up this mountain. They're experiencing hurdles, they're going through challenges, but then they reach the top and they have achieved something, and they're stronger and really proud of themselves. So you are going through, or you have been through, some challenges recently. There is something that you are healing from and moving on from, but this is like the dawning of a new day for you. This is like the sun shining on you in all its glory, this really beautiful, illuminating feeling. Really lovely. So you guys are going to come out on top, whatever is happening. So let's get your affirmation now for September. So thank you again to the lovely angel for sending me these. You are, in fact, an angel. So let us get these cards for you. So, okay, group 3, affirmation for September. Okay, you've actually got 2, because one jumped out straight away and I decided to keep it. And then we've got another one. So you have welcome. When I dream, I invite limitless magic into my life, and I welcome my spirit guides to show up in wondrous and unexpected ways. This also makes me think that you're hosting someone, or that you're having someone come to visit you around this time, like you're welcoming someone. Again, I think of having positive expectations as well. So take that how it resonates for you. I also think it should be kind of in conjunction with that trusting heaven card. And then you have higher self. I am ready to communicate with my higher self in my dreams and to become enlightened. Wow. So you guys are getting some downloads as well at this time. You're trying to kind of grow within yourself. You're getting downloads, you're getting this guidance from your higher self and from the angels, from your spirit guides, all of these things. Okay, so we'll put your charms on top now and then we'll do your dice. So, if you don't like the sound of the charms, or if you have the volume turned up really loudly, you might want to turn it down just while I shuffle, because they can be a little bit loud. So group 3, September 2020. Okay, so let's see what we have. We've got an initial here, and that is the initial F. So that could be someone's name or surname. It could be a place name. You might get a random word coming to you. I thought of France when I pulled it up, but I don't know why. So maybe that's connected for some of you. You're being guided. So that's a really strong message as well, that you are being guided from above, from your spirit guides, etc. So trust that guidance. You've got the cartouche. This is a very powerful charm that says that you are divinely protected and watched over for this entire lifetime and in your next one as well. So it's like this kind of pairing of strong divine protection for the entirety of 2 lifetimes. So take that on board. Things are working out behind the scenes. You're just not aware of them yet. So your prayers are being answered, things are coming towards you, but you're just not seeing it physically yet. So it's like the circumstances are being taken care of and you'll soon start to see the results, but you're just not seeing it yet. So have faith. Trust that heaven is doing things for you. Some of you may also be trying to film things and make memories or take photos. As I said, it feels like some of you are celebrating a family milestone for some reason. Some of you are also photographers, filmmakers, actors, YouTubers. That's what I'm getting from that charm. There is an older male as well coming through for you. So this is either in your physical life or who has passed over. So interesting that you've got an older male and an older female. Could be a father figure or a grandfather, someone maybe becoming a father. But that's what I'm seeing. There is an older male who's important to you in this month. Autumn, obviously September time is the start of autumn, but it feels like making travel plans that involve the autumn. We've also got the death charm, moving on from something, putting something to rest, leaving something in the past where it belongs. And we have the toxic person or toxic situation here. So there is someone or some situation in your life, it's maybe what you're moving on from and leaving behind, that is toxic or very negative or kind of very restrictive for you, and you need to move on from this. You need to figure out what's draining your energy or causing you to feel unhappy and move away from that. Listen to your inner wisdom as well, because you are being guided. So follow your intuition in this month. Blossoming, growing, this feeling of flourishing and growing into yourself. Just waiting for the stars to align as well. Everything will happen in perfect timing. We've also got the Pearl of Wisdom, so some really good advice will be offered to you in this month. This is a brand new charm. It's never come out before. I just put a load of charms into the charm tin earlier this week, so that's a brand new one. Pearl of Wisdom. Then you have Property of Davy Jones, which is the reverse side of the treasure map. So it feels like someone thinks you owe them something, or someone owes something to you. There's like this feeling of, I want what's mine, coming through here. Or someone who's very possessive. Then we have the worry thread wrapped around the guardian angel. So it feels as though you're maybe not sure, or you're doubting whether your angels are listening or whether they are there. But I'm just here to tell you that they are there. They are watching over you. They are helping you. You're just not seeing it yet because they're still kind of determining the circumstances, waiting for those stars to align. So please just have faith and continue a little bit longer, because you'll soon start to see results of whatever it is that you've been asking for or hoping for. So we're going to do your dice now, you guys, to finish up. So I roll a 6-sided dice to see which set we use. Number 3, and you are group 3, so those are my mystery dice. And they look like this. So then I roll this 10-sided dice to see how many of them we're going to roll. Okay, 4. Okay. So group 3, September 2020. What's coming up? Really interesting that we've got this, because look, we've got the kind of movie reel again when we've got the movie camera. So when I get this, I think of things going round and round without them stopping. So maybe you're breaking a cycle of behavior in your life, or you're breaking a very repetitive relationship, or maybe you're breaking like a generational cycle or pattern in your family. But also, again, this feeling of making memories is what I'm getting, trying to keep something forever as a record or something. Also, this feeling of needing to loosen up. We've got the clown, needing to laugh, have some nice light-hearted energy in your life. Some of you have felt quite stuck or trapped in a situation. It might be something that's just going round and round without seeming to end. And it's left you feeling quite stuck or quite powerless to change things. There's this 8 of Swords feeling that I get from this card. Sorry, from this dice. But yeah, some of you really trying to break free of restrictive situations. And then we have here the person who is kind of afraid of what's around the corner. Are you scared of the future or scared of what's going to happen? I also get kind of scared of your own shadow a little bit from this dice. Like maybe you catastrophize, or you've been making something up to be worse than it is in your mind because your thoughts have been building up and you're just thinking, I don't want to face this, and so it's like getting worse and worse in your mind than it actually will be in reality. So some of you may be suffering with anxiety or fear at this time as well that needs to be addressed, maybe a little bit of paranoia as well. So just take that how it resonates. But I'm seeing a lot of positivity and a lot of change in this month for you as well. So I really hope you enjoyed this, you guys. I would love it if you would give this video a big thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. As I said, the next reading will be the love predictions for September, so we'll take a look at whatever this love situation that's coming in for you is. I would love it if you would give me a comment in the description box as well. I do try to reply to all of the comments. I do read all of them as well. So I love hearing about your situation and about how it resonated with you. If you'd like to book a private reading or an angel healing session, I have my Etsy page in the description box. I will need, when you complete the transaction, when you're kind of doing that, there is a box to put a note to seller. And in there, I'll need you to put your name, your email address, and your question. A few things don't need a question. Just read the description of whatever you're buying, please, to make sure whether it needs a question or not. But please leave me a question if it does need one. And if you're asking about someone else, then I will need their name as well. Also, if you'd like to help out the channel in any way, thank you so much for your kindness. I have a Patreon page linked in the description where we do exclusive picker cards, other kind of exclusive extra content as well. It's all kind of different all the time. Recently we were doing free 1-card readings for all the patrons, and that was quite fun. So it changes all the time what I offer on there, but it's a way to interact with me more and get extra content and show your support for the channel, so I'd love to see you over there. I also have a PayPal link for tips and donations to the channel, and I have a tarot and oracle Amazon wish list, so if you would like to be lovely like the lovely angel and get a new deck, then please do go ahead. I would love to see what you come up with. There's some lovely things on there, so maybe there's something that you really, really stands out at you and that you think would go well with the other things that I have on the channel. So thank you to everyone who's taken the time to look over that. Thank you to everyone who's donated, and thanks again to Angel as well. Really does make my day whenever I see someone join me on Patreon or leave a little tip via PayPal, so thank you for your kindness, and thank you for listening. If you're still listening to me ramble on, thank you for staying here. Have a lovely September and a lovely rest of your day, you guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye, take care.